Mr. Bush,
Yes, sir.
how you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. Doing good.
Oh man, you've been having a hell of a week, huh?
Well, I doing something I enjoy. I love doing. Been in my ever since I was a little kid to ride races, and I'm just having fun. And I've gotten lucky this week. I've won three and a second and a third, and the horses are running good, and it just makes this business a whole lot better.
How you got involved in this lifestyle?
My father was a jockey. My father rode from 1939 to 1972. He rode all over the Midwest and New England and Maryland, and he rode in Florida here. So ever since I was 3 years old, I kept following my dad to the racetrack. I'd go in the jocks room and sit there and watch him ride, you know. And like I said, this is all I ever wanted to do.
And for you, right?
Yes, sir.
How you fall in love? Even though you've been around with your dad, where did the love for you? When did that start?
The love, all right, well, I've always enjoyed doing what I'm doing. But the love really, really started for me 2 years ago when I got sober.
Mm.
You know, I've been fighting addiction and alcohol my whole career. And it stopped me for a long time. Even though I've won over 3,000 races, I should have won more. Trouble with the law and the stewards and everything. I just couldn't understand what the problem was until I finally hit bottom enough. You know, I mean, I've been on top living, and I owned 3 houses. To my end, my bottom was sleeping in a tack room on an air mattress that was flat. And I said, I've had enough, and I had to change my life. And ever since that day that I've said I've had enough, my life has gotten nothing but better. I have my daughter is my biggest fan. My son is back in my life. All 3 of my ex-wives, I'm on a first. I mean, we're best friends, you know. And I'm coming out here every morning, absolutely loving what I do. I get up before the alarm at 4 a.m. and I cannot wait to come out here.
Oh man,
I'm living the dream, you know.
Man. Hey, congratulations,
Thank
man.
you.
And you know I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
And I'm rooting for you.
Thank you.
Who was a mentor for you besides your dad when you got to the racetrack?
A man named Ed Haggerty. My father was riding for him. Jim Saylor, Felix Chavez, Penny Gardner. I just had so many. And then when I started riding up in New England, my agent Andy Philman, I had and the riders all around me who rode with my father, Carl Gambardella. I had Rini Riera, Frankie Catrone Jr., Donnie Mead. I just had so much talent all around me that it made you excel. You know, it made you so much better. But I've had so many role models. Paul Bohinko, who actually rode Northern Dancer, he took me under his wing, and you know, he really showed me a lot. You know.
You know, how important is the men and women that take care of these horses every day?
Oh, let me tell you something. Without these grooms and hot walkers, this business would not even exist. I mean, that's where I started. That's where I was at for 4 years. But it's such a necessity that for people come out here, they enjoy doing this. But the grooms and hot walkers and the exercise riders, they are an essential part of this business.
And what's some of the good horses you've been around?
Oh, I rode a horse called Wacoit. I rode Let Burn. I've been on Formal Gold, who ran second in the Breeders' Cup. I rode a horse. I won a stake on a horse that was Canadian Horse of the Year, or Filly of the Year, Booed. I mean, I've ridden some very, very, very nice horses. I got on Little E.T. before he ever ran, you know, for Lynn Whiting. I've had the opportunity to ride for so many awesome people.
And you know, what made the horse guys from back in the day so good? A lot of people like to talk about all the horsemen, the old timers. What made these guys so special?
What made them so good is their dedication to the sport, the love for the animal, and just that was basically it, because there was hardly any money, but you had to love what you're doing, you know. And I think some of it is lost. Like this is just my opinion. A lot of these young riders now are coming up way too fast. I mean, like I said, my father rode, and I was on the racetrack my whole life. I galloped horses like 5 years. I started as a hot walker, a groom. You know, I ponied horses. I galloped. You know, they're just people are coming up way too fast, and that's just my opinion. That's what the change in this business is.
And you know, who were some of the black grooms and that was on the backside back then?
Well, when I started, there was outfits out of South Carolina, and that's all you really seen on the backside. And like when I was riding for Red Holman, who was out of St. Matthews, South Carolina, he trained for O.H. Winges, and everybody, them guys were the best. They were absolutely the best. You know.
What made them guys so good?
Their love for the animal, their love for horses.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
the admiration for this sport. They loved every inch of it.
The Tampa Downs, what made this place so special?
My father rode here back in the 40s, you know, and the money's not as good as Miami or New York or Kentucky, but you get paid in sunshine.
You get paid in sunshine.
You get paid in sunshine.
And the horsemanship here is on a high level here.
Yes, it is. The riders here, the talent is unbelievable for young riders, you know, and older riders. You got Camacho, you got Centino, you got Jesus Castanano win the Preakness, you got Willie Martinez, Jose Ferrer, perennial leading rider in New Jersey, you know, and it's an honor to ride with these boys.